Alright, this video is going to be a haul video immediately following my Craven the Hunter movie review. Um, and it's partially a off-brand Lego haul. Most of the minifigures all the minifigures I had previously. It's mainly the weapons that we're going to be talking about. Um, and but um, a couple of the minifigures are off-brand minifigures. They're off-brand bat suits, like Batman minifigures. That are one's a Jared Leto Joker Batman, and another's a all-white Batman that looks like it was graffitied. But the rest of the Star Wars minifigures here are all official ones, and it's the weapons that we're going to be paying attention to. But I also have a DVD and Blu-ray haul for you, and I kind of cheated a little bit with one of these because three of these movies that we're going to talk about for the haul already appeared in a ranking video. Usually I don't do that. Usually I show things in a haul videos and then incorporate them into rankings. But this time I did it the other way around, which that's okay. I'm okay with having done that. I'm just saying usually that's not the direction I go. I usually show things in a haul and then incorporate them into rankings. But without further ado, we'll start with the movies. The last of which came yesterday, and that is this one, Before Sunrise, which I watched last night, and it's a pretty good like romance drama, where these two people meet on a train in Vienna, or en route to Vienna. And I spent the duration of the runtime trying to figure out what country Vienna is in. I still haven't figured it out, by the way. I want to say it's Germany because they're over in Europe, and people are speaking German. But um, anyway, in any case, these two characters meet on that train. We got Jesse's the guy and Celine is the girl, and they just start talking each other's ears off on the train after Celine here, played by Julie Delpy, gets tired of listening to a German couple, an elderly German couple, argue in German. She doesn't understand much German, so she's like, I gotta get away from this argument. It's really annoying. And so she goes to talk to Ethan Hawke's character, and they hit it off really quickly. Like they start chatting it up almost immediately, and then they get off the train together in Vienna and go on a bizarre kind of um, romantic origin story type story here, where they eventually get so close. Initially, they decided that it would just be like their correspondence would just be this one time, and they'd never see each other again. So they were trying to just like keep it as neutral as they could while still having a blast with each other as friends. And then they both end up falling for each other, and they decide, you know what, let's meet together again in 6 months or so, and do all this all over again because they both ended up falling in love with one another. Um, Another ranking that I'm going to have coming up is going to be this Before trilogy, and I now own the whole trilogy but only have cases for two of them, the first and last. And the last one, it was another title that came in the haul, which is Before Midnight. This one's the conclusion to their storyline where they have a huge fight in a hotel room, and a few steamy moments while they're there. And then they have this huge fight, and it's like, oh, we're not going to see each other anymore. Where they have twin daughters that are like 5 or 6, and then he has with his wife, he has, or with his ex-wife, he has a I think 12 or 13-year-old son, something like that. And this one is set in Greece, I believe. Yeah, a retreat in Greece. Um, and they just like in that original one, they end up pointing out like things uh, that just like bother them about relationship status quos, and yeah, really, really a good movie. Um, and I'll kind of just breeze through the next three since I've talked about them at length in my one of my animation rankings recently, and that is Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Parts 1, 2, and 3. The first package I got came with these two, with parts 1 and 3, as well as the main one, which we'll get to in a second. But and then like a week or so later, part 2 came in, so I was able to watch the complete trilogy. And like I said in my one of my animation rankings, they're just really phenomenal Justice League movies. I thoroughly enjoyed the direction they went in all three of them, and all three of them felt like they could be a single movie to it in and of itself, a complete storyline from beginning to end in each one. Uh, and then the last movie that I had ordered with some Christmas money was The Mean One, which is a slasher take on The Grinch. They never actually say The Grinch in this. Every time they come close to saying The Grinch, the bartender lady that in the bar that they're at, or the restaurant they're at, says, "Order for Mr. Finch," and it like cuts off the people who are about to say Grinch. So it's never actually said out loud. They just refer to him as the mean one primarily. And in this, if you're familiar with the Grinch story from like the older versions with the original cartoon, the Jim Carrey version, or the Benedict Cumberbatch cartoon version, then you'll know at the end of the story the Grinch's heart grows 3 sizes to make him a nicer person. In this, when his heart grows 3 sizes, it bursts out of his chest and ends up killing him, which is fitting for the slasher genre, if you ask me. So, yeah, I thought that it was a very solid take on the Grinch, very very interesting and captivating story, while being a creepy horror movie. Um, and it's just a really, really interesting story. Um, so yeah, that's the movie portion of this haul. We're going to continue on with this haul with the minifigure accessory portion, because none of these characters or none of these minifigures are actually new to me in and of themselves. So we'll start with my now custom um, Clone Trooper Heavy from Star Wars: The Clone Wars Season 1, Episode 5, where called Rookies, where a clone trooper wielding a minigun from Lego Star Wars: The Clone Wars. In that game, he heavy wields a minigun, and I believe in that particular episode of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, he does as well. And so I made a custom version of that by adding custom weapons. The minifigure itself is official Lego, but the minigun and this blaster rifle are um, off-brand Lego pieces. I don't remember what this type of gun is called here, but here's the clone assault rifles. And then here is, I'm going to show the minigun a little bit better. Here's the Clone Wars minigun type piece, and that is just one piece right there. I ordered a lot of 5 of them on eBay, but told it to do quantity 2. So I got 10 minigun pieces, and it came with 7 additional guns, 3 of these extended blaster rifles, as well as 3 of the predecessor to the E11. I don't remember what that one was called. It was like D11E, I think, or something like that, but whatever it's called, that came in a quantity of 3. I feel like something just dropped. I don't know. Anyway, I thought something fell on the floor. But anyway, I also gave one of these newer live action version clone troopers a minigun piece, and he's holding it from where the actual trigger is. Unfortunately, these builds aren't, or this, not builds, these minigun pieces aren't able to be held by both hands with a single minifigure. So I either have them up on off to the side like that, or how I had it with Heavy, where he's holding it from the middle bar. And then, so yeah, I gave another one of the miniguns to a Chewbacca minifigure, but before I show that, I gave my retro shock trooper one of these other E11 prototype guns right here. This is the standard issue blaster rifle for the Grand Army of the Republic. So I'm mainly paying attention to the weapons here because I've showed all these figures themselves in other videos and don't really need to go into much detail with them again. I also gave 2 of my Mandalorian troopers from the Mandalorian series, Disney Plus series. The other 2 of the E11 prototypes. And then I gave these 2 clone or 501st clones miniguns. You can see one's holding it each way, and these are some of the sniper ones that have the wands in their sniper rifles as if they're compressors. And yeah, I gave those characters. And here's one of the custom bat suits with one of the cloned rifles. This is the graffiti Batman suit. I don't really know what else I would call this one other than another Joker-fied Batman, because it has one red arm, one green arm, and the Joker and ha 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 printed all over him. One of his arms has the Joker symbol there, and a playing card symbol on the other side. And yeah, just one of the wackier iterations of Batman that I have. And I gave him a wacky weapon to reflect that. And then I gave the Jared Leto Joker Batman minifigure one of the miniguns, or Gatling guns, or whatever you want to call it. Either way, it's the same type of weapon. Like I said, I gave Chewbacca one of the miniguns as well. I gave my 20th anniversary Han Solo one of the blaster rifles. I think that's the last one. I don't know. There's one more that has one of these regular blaster rifles like this, and that is a ARC trooper from one of the old Clone Wars clone trooper battle packs type things. So here's what he looks like with that blaster, as well as his original sniper rifle that I gave him initially. So yeah, there's what he looks like, and the basic clone head. I really liked this Clone Wars head for the clones. I do like the most modern version that I have as well, this face, but we'll show that character again in a second. But yeah, definitely a good face. It is fitting for the Clone Wars versions of clones. My custom weaponed heavy has the same face as that ARC Trooper. Then we got 2 of these 501st heavy gunners. They have kind of machine guns already. And so I gave them the minigun piece, and they're both holding it the same way. I just noticed that. And then my 501st Jetpack Trooper also gets a minigun, and he's holding it the way Heavy is. And a 501st Sniper here with a minigun as well, because everyone knows snipers use miniguns when they snipe people. It's just common sense, right? Common knowledge. If you're gonna try and sniper someone, you're gonna use a minigun, obviously. Not really, that wouldn't be very effective. But yeah, so that is my minifigure accessory haul and my Blu-ray DVD haul or movie haul or whatever you want to call it. And I'll be back with another half an hour ranking of animated Marvel / DC and a couple of Elseworld like kind of DC-esque type things. One of them is so dark that it deserves to be in the DC universe, but isn't officially. And the other kind of is similar to a Superman type story, so I'm including it for that reason. But you'll see what I mean in a minute when I return for my animation ranking, and one of them is going to be counted as a collection. This one's going to be counted as a collection because um, that's just kind of like the direction I went. Because I think one of the titles and or a couple of the titles in this collection have either already been talked about or will be talked about in in my last animation ranking for this wave of Marvel and DC stuff. So yeah, be looking forward to that, and I will be right back making that video in just a moment once this is uploaded.